Let's bring in somebody who knows a lot about the legal system. He's a lawyer. He's a Republican senator from the great state of Louisiana, John Kennedy, a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. Senator, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I know that a lot of people are suggesting that this is politically motivated, but at its very core, there's a problem, and that is the statute of limitations on this ran out after 2 years. 5 years if it's felony, and this is way past that.
Well, for what it's worth, Steve, here's the way I see it. America's institutions should not be or be perceived to be political. Look at the damage that former FBI Director Comey did to the FBI. Mm-hmm. In this particular case, it's hard to know where the justice begins and the politics ends. The Manhattan District Attorney, Mr. Bragg, we're not exactly talking about Oliver Wendell Scalia here. He's not a neutral arbiter. He's more of an activist than an impartial prosecutor. He believes cops are a bigger problem than criminals. He refuses to prosecute many crimes. He's the one who tried to prosecute Mr. Jose Alba, the bodega proprietor, when he had to stab a robber to save his own life. And I don't know what Mr. Bragg has as evidence. Maybe he has the complete goods, but he can do a lot of damage here to a very important institution if he's not careful. And I would say the same thing if President Trump were a Democrat or if the shoe were on the other foot.
What do you look at the other cases? Do you look at them as bigger threats to the Trump team? Because what's happening in Atlanta, they're going to prosecute. What's happening in the Mar-a-Lago investigation, the January 6th. Do you look at all those and think they also are political, or do you see more substance in them?
Well, here's what I think. I think prosecutors ought to keep their mouth shut. I think prosecutors ought to let the facts and the evidence do the talking.
Right.
I don't think prosecutors ought to be politicians. I don't want to have to worry if I'm accused of a crime, whether the prosecutor's a Republican or a Democrat or a crypto socialist like Mr. Bragg. That's not the way our system is supposed to work.
Senator, I agree that this could do great damage to, the institutions in our country and trust in our judicial system. But can we talk about the politics for a second? Do you see,
Sure.
If this happens, if Donald Trump has a mugshot and is
fingerprinted,
and he's fingerprinted, does this hurt Donald Trump, or does it rally support? Because Elon Musk, even the Babylon Bee had an interesting tweet
Lindsey
saying,
Graham.
Yeah, they all said this is going to help Donald Trump.
I don't know. I can't predict the future, so I'm going to have to wait on it like everybody else. I've said this about the presidential race. My prediction is the experts will be wrong. The people that hate President Trump will probably applaud. The people that just love President Trump will probably get angry. But those who look at the larger issue, allowing American institutions to appear to be politicized, whether they are or not, undermines our judicial system, which is one of the reasons, and our judicial system is one of the reasons America became the most extraordinary country in all of human history. It's why so many others want to come here and so many business people want to invest here.
Senator,
you turn your sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask one tiny little question to wrap this up, and that is, after he announced on True Social that he supposes he's going to be arrested tomorrow, Donald Trump said people should protest. Kevin McCarthy came out and said, don't protest. Where do you come down on this?
Well, in America, you're free to protest.
Yeah.
You're not really free if you can't express yourself, but do it peacefully. Don't be a knucklehead and riot.
Yeah.
I mean, do it peacefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Senator Kennedy, thanks so much.
You bet.
Oh, wait, but actually, we do have some one more question for you. We know at this hour President Xi is meeting with Vladimir Putin. to reaffirm their relationships. It'll be the 40th time they are meeting. What's at stake here? Because he's going to call Zelensky later on in the week.
Xi and from China and Putin are two hard men. They're not friends, they're collaborators. Each would unplug the life support of the other to recharge his cell phone if he thought it was in his best interest. Here's what I think Putin's saying to Xi. He's saying, Xi, I'm getting my rear end kicked here. Send me some weapons. And Xi is saying, Putin, I believed you. You said you'd roll through Ukraine like thunder on a summer night. You're getting your butt kicked. If I give you weapons, you better get in a position to settle this war. Because it's not just hurting Russia, it's hurting my reputation here in China and abroad. And that's what I think is going on. And we've had to drag President Biden kicking and screaming into doing the right thing. But so far, I think it has paid dividends.
Well, they are meeting right now. Senator, thank you very much for joining us on this Monday.
You bet.
Have a good week.